Hello guys, welcome back to Simple Whisper Living. This is Rami and today I'm bringing you another Diwali special. Today I am sharing the recipe for my version of the Lakri Mithai, of course Fiji style, because Lakri Mithai is only made in Fiji. In other parts of the world they make something very similar. In Trinidad it's called kurma, in Guyana it's called mithai, and in India it's called shakkar pare or shakkar pari. I hope I'm pronouncing that okay. So this is our version, the one that we make in Fiji. There are variations of this even in Fiji. This is my recipe and I hope you give it a try. The basic ingredients for this, for the Lakri Mithai, are flour, spices, butter, sugar, and water. So I'm using all-purpose flour here, and I'm using vegan butter because I am dairy-free at this time. You can use regular butter or ghee. For my spices, I'm using cardamom, some Himalayan salt, regular salt will do, and then I'm using saffron strands, which is optional, but I definitely love the flavor in Lakri Mithai. I'm using regular tap water here and some raw white sugar. You can use Fiji sugar, raw sugar, or just regular white sugar will do also. I don't recommend using the American brown sugar for this. So we're gonna start off by adding the butter to our flour mixture here. It's the same technique that I used in my gulab jamun and in my barfi recipe. You want to rub the butter into the flour, and you want to use your palms so the butter is evenly distributed. This helps the dough be very flaky. So with Lakri Mithai, it can get really hard and really tough if you don't do this step. I know this step really helps making it flaky and softer. Now it's not like chewy soft, but it's easy to bite into. So you want to take the time and rub the butter into the flour really well, and by the time you're done, you should be able to take some of the flour, make a fist, and it should hold its shape. It's going to resemble something that looks like wet sand or fine breadcrumbs. Next, we're gonna go in with our spices. So here I'm just crushing the saffron strands. I'm using the greenness from the spices and the salt to just break up the strands so it can be distributed in the mixture evenly. Now for the kesar, or for the saffron, it is definitely optional, but like I said, it imparts a great flavor that I've learned to love, and I like it in my Lakri Mithai. Next, you're going to start adding in the water and making a dough. Now be very careful. Don't dump in all the water. I always say this, you can always add more water, but you cannot remove water from the dough. So start off with a quarter cup and just kind of work your way. You want the dough to be a little tough, not like really hard, but it's a tacky, tough dough, and you want to knead this very well. Take your time. I like to squeeze the dough in between my fingers and just kind of make a ball and just kind of let all the water and the moisture get evenly into all the flour, and knead the dough and let it come together. You want to stop when the dough comes together. Don't add any more water, and just kind of knead it and get all the little dry pieces off the bowl. Kneading the dough is very important here, and making sure that it's not too soft is also equally important. When you're done kneading the dough and you have a tacky dough, you want to cover this with a damp paper towel or kitchen towel and let it rest for about 15 minutes. As you see, as I'm pushing into the dough, there's indentations. Now, once the dough has rested, the glutens have a chance to come together, and you can knead this a little bit more and it just becomes a smoother dough. So I went ahead and made two balls, so two loyas out of this, and you're gonna roll this out. But before you roll it out, without the help of any oil or any extra flour, because the dough is not sticky at this point. Once you let it rest, it's not sticky at all. You want to knead it a little bit more before you roll this out. And when you're done kneading it for maybe 45 seconds to a minute, then make a smooth ball, make a smooth loya as we call it, and then roll this out. You don't want to put too much pressure when rolling this out. It's just like when you're making rotis, but if you've never made rotis, if you've never rolled out pie dough, it's very simple. You don't have to accomplish a round roti-like shape here. You can make it any way you want, because you'll see you're going to be cutting this, so you can cut it into your desired shape. There's no rule when it comes to Lakri Mithai. So Lakri in Fiji means sticks or wood. So Lakri Mithai essentially means stick sweets. So if you look at the Lakri Mithai, it looks like little sticks. So you can cut them any shape you want, because sticks come in all kinds of shapes. But this is typically the shapes that you'll see in Fiji. So I'm rolling this out to about 1/4 of an inch. You can make it thicker or thinner. You don't want to make it too thick, because when you fry them, the center is going to stay soft and chewy, and it's not going to get crispy. Roll this out to evenly, so all your pieces are the same thickness, and then you're gonna go ahead and cut it out. So the best tool that I found to cut the Lakri Mithai is a pizza cutter, if you have it. You can use a sharp knife. You can use a sharp paring knife with a pointed tip. That's what I would recommend. But if you have a pizza cutter, it cuts it effortlessly, and you don't have to drag it. So what I do is I take the rectangle looking pieces, and you can either cut them diagonally like I'm doing here, but I'm going to give you a pointer. As I was cutting this, I remembered, because it's been a year since I made Lakri Mithai. You just want to do like a firm, hold down your pizza cutter firmly and just do one cut, because if you go back and forth like I'm doing here, what I notice is you start getting these thin pieces in the middle. So just one go at it and be firm with it. And the little piece at the end, you can add it to the other loya, or you can just keep it like that. It doesn't matter. So as you see here, when I'm done cutting them, I just transfer them on a tray. You don't have to be super careful with this, because they will stick a little bit, but when you fry them, they'll come out. Another way is, if you don't want to do them diagonally, you see here on the video that you see these little sticks or little pieces in the middle, because I ran my pizza cutter twice. Don't do that. Just do it once and be firm with the cut, and it'll cut very smoothly. I'm using a marble top here, but any cutting board will do. So you gather all the pieces and you just put it on a tray. The tray doesn't need to be greased or anything like that. The good thing about Lakri Mithai from Fiji is they don't have to be like very, very straight. They look really nice when they're all straight. When you fry them, some of them get a little bendy and stuff, and I like the little character in it. If you want them all straight, then go ahead and use a little offset spatula and pick them up and then put them on the tray carefully, but you really don't have to. So go ahead and cut all the pieces to your desired shape and size, and then transfer them to the tray. Once you get to the round parts, I think it's best to cut them diagonally, because they come out to be the same size as the others. You can just cut them straight too. Like I said, there is no requirement in how you cut these, but as you can see in the video, when you cut them diagonally, you get equal size pieces. So complete cutting all of your Lakri Mithais and place them on your tray. Do not try to separate them while they're raw. It'll look like it's going to be a mess, but I promise you, once you drop them in the hot oil, they will come apart. So I'm showing you in the video what happens when you try to pull them apart. They start stretching out and they just kind of bend out of shape, and you don't need to do that. So next we're going to heat up some oil on medium heat. You're gonna fry these at like medium low. Again, the trick to crunchy Lakri Mithai that's done all the way and crispy and crunchy is to fry them fry them slowly. So I used about medium low heat. It took me about 7 minutes to fry each batch. It is time consuming, so if you want, use a big pan so you can get as much in there as possible, but don't overcrowd the pan, because what's going to happen is the temperature of the oil is going to drop way too quickly, and your Lakri Mithai will start absorbing all the oil, so you don't want that. Keep the heat moderated, but also keep in mind that you can put a good amount in there, as long as a pan isn't overcrowded. This part may seem tedious because each batch, depending on your pan size, each batch does take about 7 minutes, and depending on how many batches you have, this could take some time. But take it slow, and take your time frying these, and don't try to rush this process, because you've worked so hard to get them into cut up and made. You don't want to rush this process, because this is the most important part of making sure that your Lakri Mithais come out crispy and crunchy and cooked all the way. So about 7 minutes on medium to medium low heat. Again, your oil, your flour, how thick you cut them, the pan you use, the kind of stove you use, all those things factor into how long it'll take. So just keep an eye on them, keep moving them around in the pan. When you drop them in at first, kind of leave them alone for a minute, and then go in and gently stir them around. You'll see they'll start breaking up, and then fry them until they're nice and golden brown. Once the Lakri Mithais are golden brown or to the color you desire, some people like their Lakri Mithais a little bit darker, some like them a little bit light like this, so I like them golden brown. And once they're golden brown, I take them out. I like to put them on a paper towel lined tray to make sure that all the extra oil gets drained, and then once everything is done, then I move on to the pag or the sugar syrup. So for the sugar syrup, you want to take your sugar and water and put it in a saucepan, and then you boil this for about 8 minutes. At 8 minutes, the bubbles start getting sluggish, and they'll slow down a lot, and you'll know that the pag is ready. The syrup is at about 230 to 235 degrees Fahrenheit. I checked with a candy thermometer to be sure, but if you don't have one, the way to tell is when the bubbles start getting sluggish. So you'll see here that as it's bubbling, this is at normal speed now. As it's bubbling away, it's very slow, and the bubbles are bigger, and they're just moving really slowly. That's when you know that your pag is ready. It's also a one thread consistency if you measure your pag that way. So next you want to take all the Lakri Mithais and put them in a big bowl or a pot. I'm using a non-stick pot here because I don't have very big bowls. You want to use a large bowl because you're going to be moving this around, and if you can keep it 1 or 2 layers, it makes it a lot easier. You're then going to take the hot syrup that you just made and pour it over the Lakri Mithai. I never pour all of it at once. I usually do half of it and then a little bit more as I need it. The most important thing here is once you pour this, you want to continuously stir this. You want to be gentle because if you're rough with them, the Lakri Mithais will start breaking because they are crunchy. But you want to keep moving them around. You can take 20-second breaks here and there, but with this syrup, if you don't move them around and keep stirring them, they will just clump together and stick together. Another way to keep moving the Lakri Mithais around is to just shake the pot and move them up and down. You can't do this initially, but once they're well coated with the syrup, you can do that and as they get a little bit more dry, you'll be able to easily move them around by doing that. And you'll see as you keep stirring and moving this around, the sugar is going to start crystallizing and it's going to get this white coating on top. A flat rubber spatula works really great. You saw in the video that I went ahead and switched over to a flat rubber spatula. It just helps to get underneath the Lakri Mithais instead of just trying to get in the middle. With the bigger spoon, what happens is you end up breaking the Lakri Mithai, and you want to avoid that. Once you start seeing the white coating on this, you can stop at this point, because what you'll notice is the Lakri Mithais kind of have separated, and there's no they're not gonna clump together. The syrup is no longer sticky. It might still be a little bit warm, but it's not sticky anymore. Once you're done with your Lakri Mithai, you can go ahead and store them in an airtight container. They'll stay out in room temperature for weeks, months in the refrigerator, if they last that long. They're so delicious. Very addicting. I promise you, they're so addicting. If you like Lakri Mithai, you're not going to be able to stop eating these. And I really hope you make these for this Diwali or any festivities throughout the year and enjoy them. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, or if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, if you end up making any of these creations, any of these recipes, please share them with me on my social media. I'll have links to all that below, and you can get the full recipe for this Lakdi Mithai on my website, and the link to that is down below as well.